Hello, California. Hello, friends. I'm Michael Rectenwald, and I'm running for president as a Libertarian. And I'm in it to win this nomination because the party must be represented by the maximum ideals of liberty. That is, anarcho-capitalism and decentralization, localization. My fellow candidates believe in the minimalist state and the monopoly on force to guarantee rights and keep the peace. But why would anybody expect the state to do these things when the state is the worst infringer of rights and the greatest source of violence that exists? And it cannot be otherwise. The state violates the non-aggression principle by definition. But even more than this, I'm in it to win it because I am the candidate who best understands the current threats to liberty. Yes, the usual suspects, the endless wars, the Federal Reserve's destruction of our dollar, the alphabet agencies, the regulatory regime, the security state, the military-industrial complex, and so on. But also, the censorship industrial complex, the threat of global governance, climate catastrophism, the WHO pandemic treaty, Disease X, and so forth. I've researched these issues and many more, and have written about them in best-selling books. It isn't enough to have excellent policy prescriptions. Of course, policies matter, and some of mine will be discussed, hopefully, in the roundtable event. But for too long, I believe the LP has ignored the fact that politics is downstream from culture. The winning candidate must also know how to counter the state's narratives that end up garnering support for the policies that threaten liberty. If the candidate fell for the propaganda during the COVID crisis, the most rights-infringing episode in modern history, or if they parroted the regime's propaganda on Israel, like RFK Jr., for example, forget about it. How can a supposed anti-war candidate promote the military funding and arming of the State of Israel in their genocidal campaign against the Palestinian people? The broad electorate now does not care. The broad electorate does not care about who served the party longest, who's paid their dues, no offense, and I'm glad you all do, who's knocked on the most doors. We don't need a party operative to lead the party. This is not a nomination for class president. It's a nomination for the best representative of the freedom philosophy. Nor do we need a mere vote getter. If we wanted a mere vote getter, we'd vote for RFK Jr. We'd nominate him. Now, God forbid. The argument against RFK Jr. is very simple. He's a statist who believes that the state is the solution to all our problems, whereas you and I know that the state is the problem itself. And we don't want to nominate someone whose messaging could have been delivered in a time capsule from 20 to 30 years ago. This is a nomination for who is best positioned to conduct a 50-state and even an international messaging campaign, and who is not afraid of telling the truth in all cases. We need originality, we need boldness, and we need a fearless leader. It's time to wreck the regime. Let's go!